And we are going to bring in Darcy, Neal, our next guest. Hello, Darcy.
Hello.
Hello, good to see y'all.
Yeah, so
So
good to
good to
see
see
you.
you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the stream. Uh,
Thanks for
so,
wanting to do it.
yeah, so I figured I would take this time to talk a little bit about the latest workshop kit that I've been doing, which actually, fun fact, the first time that I ever taught this was at the Open Hardware Summit in Montreal in 2024. And so it was for this device here, which is the EMF Explorer kit. And so this is a kit that lets you listen to the electromagnetic frequencies that are emitted by devices around you. So it's meant as an exploratory device. I made it so that way it is accessible to everybody. There it is turned on. It's got an LED on it so it glows. But I made it specifically to be a kit that was accessible to most ages, anybody who can safely hold a soldering iron, and wanted it to be fun. I specifically designed it after going to CCC in Germany in 2023 and was really inspired by the large outdoor hacker events there. And so I designed this kit specifically to be used at events like that. And so if you look at it, it has a little camping scene on the bottom. The lighting's a little funny, but there's a little nerd who has a little laptop that's being abducted. I just like aliens, so you're going to see that a lot in my work. But yeah, so I have designed this, like I said, specifically for workshops, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how I've gone about doing that because I love teaching large-scale workshops. I want to pack as many people in who want to attend, and I have kind of been approaching this in a slow, iterative process. I guess call it sloth mode, whatever you want. And so I want to talk about some of the things that I have learned along the way. I think that at this point, I have taught about 10 workshops with this and have reached almost 500 students so far. So I'm definitely packing it in there. And I have also been doing all of the kit assembly myself so far. I'm working on handing it off to a manufacturer who can take care of everything and send me a completed product. But as I've been developing it, I've just been doing everything myself so that way I can kind of iterate through it and whatnot until I had a design that I was ready to send off for getting larger quantities made. When I started out, this was my packaging that I used. A friend of mine helped me design it, and so we were printing it out, and then we were folding it and then stapling it with the bag on the inside there, which was really cool. It looked super good, and I was so stoked about it. But when you're doing that at home, if you don't have like the industrial equipment to do the cutting and the folding and all of that, it's kind of a pain. So as much as I love this design, for home purposes, I switched over to using this as my new packaging. And this is actually a 4 by 6 mailing label. And even the thing on the inside, like for the instructions for it, it all just goes inside of this. And so this was awesome because anytime I got a replenishment order or needed to prepare for an event, I could just hit go on my thermal printer and it would just spit out all of the labels that I needed for it. And then for the instructions for it, I have it set up so that way it just goes to a QR code that tells you everything that you might need to know about it. It has a video walkthrough guide for it, text walkthrough, information about how to solder, and then a ton of additional reading information for if you get really stoked about it, you can go learn a lot more about electromagnetic frequencies. And yeah, I think it was important too that I didn't want to create a bunch of waste with the packaging because it's typically something you pull the thing out and then you might discard it. So this also doubles as the mailer. You can slap a mailing label on the back. So it's kind of like an all-in-one thing. What else? And for the workshops for this, one thing that I changed about it is that I have a little guide for this. If you take a workshop with me in person, I hand these out, and this tells you everything that you need to know about how to put the board together. So this is like the entire guide that's necessary, which just makes it accessible for like if I'm teaching somewhere that doesn't have a projector or and then people don't have to pull out their phones to look up the guide there. And then it has a little soldering guide on the back side that was written by Mitch Altman back in the day. And so this has been great too because as I'm getting everybody staged for the workshop, I can hand these out ahead of time and let people read through this and refresh themselves on how to solder. And then I do give instruction about how to do it as well. But just having like the visual explanatory guide and then this backing it up, it seems to help. And what else? Oh, I just made a zine. I'm very excited about it. And this, I just finished it. I know that y'all like zines, so I thought you might appreciate it. And this was inspired because, I mean, there's a lot of awesome zines out there in the world, but I specifically saw this one that was by Lisa Stark, who does a lot of really cool e-textile wearable stuff. And that's when I realized that these could be the instruction assembly guide if you wanted it to. And that is so cool. So I put this together, and it has a lot of information about EMF, like what is it, what frequency ranges can you actually hear, what is a waveform, how does that work, and then it has that same photo assembly guide in here. So this could be also all that you need to put the whole thing together. And these, I currently only hand them out in person at events and things like that, but I hope that this will be included in the future kit for anybody who orders one. Um, Another important thing that I think has been pretty key to making all of this sustainable for me is that I don't do any shipping myself. I only work with doing wholesale through the Maker Shed. That's where I sell all of my kits through, and that I think has been super important for helping to keep the process enjoyable for me so I can focus on designing and iterating and improving the product. And then they deal with all of the shipping and then the customer communications and all of that. And that has been amazing. I really like it. So the only way to get it is ordering it from the Maker Shed, taking a workshop, or if you see me at events, I've started carrying around this backpack. And so I just walk around with this on at events. And so if you want to buy one from me, you can buy it whenever you see this. But otherwise, I do not ship. That is my rule. And yeah, it's been really awesome. It's been a wonderful experience so far. And yeah, I hope to continue doing it. And I have many more workshops planned. I just came from the Bay Area Maker Fair where I taught two workshops with a capacity of 40 students each for it. And I'm also headed to SuperCon in a couple of weeks, where I will be doing like a rogue style workshop in the hardware hacking area there. And so, yeah, that's what I like to do. And I don't have it set up. It's not OSHWA certified yet. I have plans for it, but we'll see. It's on my list. But it is all open hardware. And I have the schematic and the board designs listed on my GitHub, so you can pull it up if you want to and check it out. This is my website. It's just sporklogic.com, and you can see the information there. There's a link for where to buy it, but I also have all of the assembly guide for it. And so yeah, there's a link to my GitHub on here as well as some sound examples for how to for listening to it and whatnot. Oh yeah, GitHub page is at the bottom. So yeah, you're welcome to open it up, check it out. You can open it in KiCad, which is what I used to design it. And yeah, yeah, it's been great. And so yeah, that's what I've got.
We love this
It's
project.
so good.
We think about it a lot.
Yeah. The PCB is
Thank
so
you.
beautiful. I'm just like it's really incredible. It's such incredible work and it's so much fun.
Thanks. Yeah, I really like it myself. It was kind of like I really wanted it to be something that like helped people to approach the concept of what EMF is in a way that is exciting and exploratory. I've got this picture of my friend that I use in my booth that this kiddo like the perfectly like encapsulates like the aha moment that I'm going for with it, and it's just so much fun to see people be like, "Oh my God, I can hear like what is this stuff?" So yeah, it's pretty
Totally.
fun.
And this was, I think, one of the most popular workshops during the
Yeah.
summit in 2024. It was
People were really trying to
full
get
in
in
that
there.
room. That room was real close.
I
It
do.
was packed.
I do have a copy of your. I have one of your kits. I have not yet assembled it, but I don't think it includes the zine, and I need the zine. So maybe I'll be getting another kit.
Yes, yeah, I will mail you a zine. I would be willing to mail
Love
that.
we need, both me and Sid need every zine. It's just
Every
the law.
zine in the world needs to exist in my home just in case.
The archive.
Oh yeah, I forgot with the zine too. Like I put it all together, but then I made it so that when you open up the inside of it, it shows you like how to make your own zine.
zine. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Really
it's got like
beautiful.
Spreading
this.
the zines all around. That is a beautiful way to do it. Zines are also
Thanks.
open source hardware,
Yeah, that's true.
according to
Ooh,
me.
I like that. I like that.
I'm the arbiter.
That's so great. Thank you so much, Darcy. It's always I just love this project. I love your dedication to the project too, and just seeing it evolve year over year, and just like it's so magical and fun and whimsical.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been really fun to work on. I'm really excited. I have a new design that I'm working on. There's a little preview of it. And so this one has a lot more features on it, and it will come fully assembled, so that way it does more stuff. I'd love to pack more features into the workshop version of it, but I've intentionally made sure that I don't put too many components on board, so that way I can work within the 2-hour workshop time window.
Yeah.
But so if it's fully assembled, I can pack all the stuff on it I want. So I'm excited for this to come out in the future as well.
Definitely.
Amazing.
Yeah. Keep us posted. We'll share it as it comes out, and definitely be getting our hands on some.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So good to chat.